Imagine living in a house with your spouse for 10 years, completely unaware that a third person is hiding in your attic the entire time. Now, imagine that third person is your wife's secret lover, and he is going to be the one who kills you. This is the entirely real and totally bizarre story of Walburga Oesterreich and Otto Sandhuber. It starts in Milwaukee in 1913. Fred Oesterreich was a wealthy apron manufacturer, but he was also a heavy drinker. His wife Walburga was miserable. One day, they hired a 17-year-old factory worker named Otto to repair a broken sewing machine. Walburga was 33, and the two quickly began a secret relationship. Whenever Fred left for the apron factory, Otto would slip in through the back door. But keeping secrets in a close-knit neighborhood is never easy. Before long, the neighbors began to notice, and rumors started to spread. Walburga realized that if they wanted to keep the affair a secret, Otto could not just keep coming over. He needed to stay over. So she proposed an insane idea. Otto would quit his job, fake his own disappearance, and move into her tiny, uninsulated attic. He would have free rent, free meals, and all the quiet time he needed to write the pulp fiction novels he dreamed of publishing. Otto said yes. He climbed up the ladder, shut the hatch, and vanished. During the day, when Fred was at work, Otto would come downstairs to spend time with Walburga, but the second they heard Fred's key in the front door, Otto scrambled back up to the ceiling. He learned to step only on the structural beams so the floorboards would not creak. He learned to stifle his coughs. He used a bucket for a bathroom. For years, Fred lived his life, completely oblivious to the man living 3 feet above his head. He ate food that Otto had secretly cooked. He smoked cigars while Otto quietly breathed the smoke filtering through the floorboards. In 1918, Fred decided he wanted to move the family to Los Angeles. But on August 22, 1922, the decade of secrecy came to a violent end. Fred and Walburga got into a massive screaming argument in the living room. Up in the attic, Otto heard the yelling. He realized Fred was getting physically violent. Otto grabbed 2 small pistols he kept hidden, threw open the attic hatch, and came rushing down the stairs. Fred was stunned. He had never seen this man before in his life. The 2 men wrestled for the guns, and Fred was shot multiple times. He died right there on the floor. Panicking, Walburga and Otto staged a botched burglary. Otto locked Walburga in a closet from the outside, then took the guns and went right back up into his attic. When the police arrived, they found Walburga locked away and assumed a burglar had killed Fred. Incredibly, Otto stayed hidden in that Los Angeles attic for another 8 years after the murder. Eventually, the relationship fell apart. The jury deliberated and decided that because Otto was defending Walburga from an assault, it was not premeditated murder. They found him guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter. But here's where the legal system glitches. The statute of limitations for manslaughter in California was only 3 years. Because Otto had successfully hidden in the attic for 8 years after pulling the trigger, the time limit to punish him had expired. Otto Sandhuber stood up in the courtroom, thanked the jury, and walked out a completely free man. It proves a terrifying reality of the justice system. The difference between life in prison and total freedom does not always come down to innocence. Sometimes it just comes down to a technicality and a really good hiding spot.